True.
All right, but Angel, let's talk about it. This is the next week, the next Sunday, November 10th, 2002. The number one movie in America, 8 Mile, which had finally come out over the weekend. Also out this week, lower on the charts at number 9 is Femme Fatale
Mm.
with Brian De Palma's Femme Fatale with Rebecca Romaine. That sort of tanked at the time, but is a great movie. And also on the indie charts, Far From Heaven. Todd Haynes' Far From Heaven came out this weekend.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Good weekend.
very good weekend. They used to all be good. All right. Let's
This weekend seemed good. Like Baby Girl, Nosferatu. Well, you didn't like Nosferatu. But the Bob Dylan movie
2.
seemed like a lot of options out there.
Eh. You think in many years we'll be looking back like, remember that week that shitty Nosferatu remake came out?
Come on,
That
you're the only
Bob,
one that feels that
the
way,
fucking
really.
Bob Dylan biopic and the Nicole Kidman movie where
I'm
she
just
fucked
saying it was
again?
pretty good.
All right. All right. Joss Whedon wrote and directed this episode, stepped up. The season was over budget. They knew they had some big budget shit coming up in the future episodes. They were like, what the fuck do we do? Whedon's like, I gotcha. I'll do a little bottle episode. And
Awesome. Is this the first one?
On Angel?
Yeah. What was the Buffy one? Was there one?
Yeah, there have been Buffy bottle episodes. Now, Older and Far Away is kind of a bottle episode from last season.
This one we do cut in, like we see Connor running the streets and we see Lauren and his like telling the story.
Yeah, that's the bottle episodes always have like a couple bits like that. But
okay. That's not true. Some of them have to be like one place.
Some of them.
Some of them.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's just get into it. Start us off. Spin the bottle.
I just did. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
All right. So Lauren is doing, I don't know what he was doing, but he's like doing some little spoken word piano playing to this crowd, telling them a story about Connor and Angel. And
there's no crowd, though. You hear a crowd, but then when he leaves at the end, it's empty.
I thought he had just closed for the night. Now it's his turn to leave.
I don't know. It's the whole thing's avant-garde. And if you pay attention to Lauren's stuff in this episode, it's clearly like later in the season that he's doing this because it's a lot of foreshadowing going on.
Yeah, seemed interesting. It was definitely a choice. I didn't understand all of it. But he's like, all right, wait, this is the story. And then it shows Connor. And he's like, no. Actually, I'm going to go to Cordelia and Angel.
I like that though when they cut to Connor. I like Joss Whedon's take on Connor, which he's just like a fucked up like teenager. They cut to Connor, and it's like and
I don't know if you remember Evil Dick. It was like when Evil Dick would do some fucked up shit in Big Brother 8. He had his own theme music.
Yeah.
It was like Evil Dick time.
Yeah, except it's, it makes sense for an 18-year-old to be acting that way.
Yeah, Dick was 58.
Yeah, not a fucking weirdo with an adult daughter.
Yeah, legitimately. And an adult son. He had a son too. Anyway, what happened? Oh, also a fun thing about Connor is like all the women are like, how do I repay the favor? But he doesn't understand. It's pretty, he's like, I don't know. How are you going to repay the favor? I don't fucking understand.
I looked up that hooker actress who I thought was pretty bad. Maybe my LVP of the episode.
But
not
a lot to pick from here.
Yeah, but I noticed that we could cover her on the podcast because I don't know if you remember the film The Prince and Me.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
that's with Julia Stiles. She marries a prince in that movie. They made 2 direct-to-video sequels to The Prince and Me. And this hooker is the star of them both.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
What a weird choice to make 2 of them. 2 of them also.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it'd be fun to watch. There has to be a reason they made 2 of them. So
we'll find out someday.
We're like, it's the last episode, and Cordelia, they're like, are we in love with each other? And she doesn't know. Neither of them know. Well, he knows. But she doesn't know. And he's like, yeah, I think so. But she's like, maybe I was gonna meet, because they're talking about meeting up. They didn't because she
Mm.
disappeared. And she's like, maybe I was going to give you a restraining order,
Yeah,
Angel. Wow.
maybe I was gonna be like, back the fuck off, bro.
And he's like, no way. That's crazy. But Lauren has a spell, this memory spell. He's like, this is guaranteed to work. Don't even question it. And then we go to the credits. Oh, he tells the crowd, boy, was I stupid.
Yeah.
Something like that. We get the credits. And then why did I write need the six? What is that?
What?
At one point I just wrote need the six. What is that? What does that mean?
Need the six?
I have no idea what that means.
I don't either.
Maybe that'll come into play at some point. But Wesley has this crazy fucking sword that comes out of his arm, and
Yeah.
he's like talking to this guy Emil, and then he mentions a guy Emil. I don't think that
Yeah,
guy was
yeah.
named
Emil's
Emil.
like an arms dealer
Yeah, he's
that
like, tell
he's
Emil
buying this
this will
from.
work, and he gets a call from Lorne, and Wesley's like, all right, I'll be there any minute because he wants to help Cordelia.
Yeah.
And Wesley, he asks a question about Fred. Wesley's like way in on Fred. They're like really setting this up, Wesley and Fred. And Gunn
I
is like,
love this shit. I love this
Gunn's
shit
pretty
so
lame. It's
much.
pretty sad about Gunn. And Wesley, like, what? Wesley's just like poking the bear too, and he's like, "Oh, you're so secure in your relationship," is what it sounds like
Is
to
this the
me.
part? No, no, no. Before that, we get that whole thing where Joss Whedon does all those zooms. Like there's in the lobby. It's like Wesley's talking to Fred, and then like Guns over there are like watching, and like Whedon does this thing where like he stops the conversation, goes to like Lorne narrating, and then he just zooms in on everybody, and like this is what they're all thinking in this moment.
Right, but it's
It's
like a
really good.
yes, yeah. He's like, because they're telling us about that episode. They're like, Gunn doesn't know that Wesley helped, or that Fred recruited Wesley to help her, and
Yeah,
he's like realizing
he's
in this
figuring
moment,
that out right now. Yeah,
it's very well done. And you say zoom, but it's like it's not like a zoom. It's like the camera swoops in, like they move the
yeah,
camera in. It's not like
yeah.
a in. It's like
Right.
they're moving the camera physically. It's very cool. Like Joss is just showing everybody, like, what are you guys even doing on this show? Like, I step in, I'm like way better than everybody.
Yeah, Win is like, I know I'm just doing a bottle episode here, but I got time for some shtick.
Yeah, yeah. I by the way, we got a comment. Josh Merlis was like, he was like, he doesn't understand what happened with Joss. He thinks that we're gonna at some point reveal something big, and I don't think that's what's gonna happen, is it? I think we've
Not
talked
really.
about like he's basically just been having sex with people he's been casting and telling and like giving them more spots, like with Harmony and
There's some stuff with. I think Josh is aware of the friction between Joss Whedon and Charisma Carpenter, and
we'll get that at some
that's
point.
gonna take place this season.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I guess I know basically, but Wesley. Well, oh, whatever. We're done with that.
No, we're not. Go back to the Wesley scene with Gunn. Here is one of my all-time favorite Angel scenes. What literally maybe my
I think we
favorite
skipped
Wesley
ahead to that.
moment ever.
Wesley's not even at the
Okay.
hotel
Okay.
yet.
Okay. That's sorry.
We were talking about when he had the sword thing.
Yeah.
But Angel wakes up Gunn and Fred. He's like, "Hey, we got to do this shit in the lobby." So they go in there. Then Wesley shows up.
Mm.
And is this where we get it?
Yeah, that's the zoomy part.
Yeah, that's where we get it. You had more there? You want to say?
No. The scene where Wesley and Gunn argue in the office, is a personal fave scene of mine, leading up to my favorite line of Wesley dialogue ever.
Really? Maybe I wrote it down. I feel like I wrote something down. I wrote Cordy in a towel.
Oh, sure. Well,
Angel
yeah,
like walks in and Cordy's in a towel.
and she says like, "You're comfortable walking in while I'm wearing
That
a
was
towel,"
good.
which lends itself to the love theory as well as the harassment theory.
That was I liked that.
Mm.
And Gunn's talking to Wesley. Gunn says, "So I must be the muscle of this crew because you're smart, just like uh Fred's smart, and so I'm learning my place around here, the muscle." And oh, here we go. Gunn says, "What happened to you, man?"
No, okay, wait. Yeah, so first, Wesley the little knife comes out of
Oh, it came out there.
his cuff, and it like gets Gunn in
Oh
the
yeah.
throat, and he goes, some of us don't have muscle to rely on. We gotta find other ways. And then he starts leaving the room, and Gunn goes, "What happened to you, man?" And he says, "My throat got cut, and all my friends abandoned me."
Damn.
I got chills.
That reminded me, I don't want to say what the line is, but there's a 13 Reasons Why moment that was like this, where like one of their friends asked one of the other friends literally this same thing, like, "What happened to you, man?" And then the guy replies, "You raped my girlfriend."
Oh shit!
It's fucking nuts. That reminded me of this here. I was like, oh, maybe they got that from Angel. Because there's no comeback coming back from that one.
No, man, my throat. That's what happened to him. His
Yeah.
throat got cut, and all his friends abandoned him.
But wasn't it a misunderstanding a little bit?
It was,
I'll
but
never get over that.
it's fucked.
I hate
It's so fucked.
misunderstandings.
Mm-hmm.
We do the spell. Everyone like forgets who they are. They go back to their high school version. Well, they don't forget who they are. They know who they are, but they're high school versions of themselves.
At first, they're just like tripping.
Yeah, I did like Cordelia immediately stomps on the bottle.
I
The spell,
know.
that was a terrible job by her. But she falls in love with Angel when she first sees him.
The first time she sees Angel after reverting to her teenage self, she says, "Hello, salty goodness."
Hello, salty goodness.
All right, and that's a callback to the first time Cordelia sees Angel
No way.
back in episode 5 of Buffy. Never kill a boy on the first date. The
Wow,
first thing she says is, "Hello, salty goodness."
that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But this really gave confirmation, like it was love at first sight. They were each other's sort of soulmates a little bit. However, it ends up. Um, but a head boy, that's fun. Liam, he said Angel still thinks he's Liam from Ireland, but he doesn't have the
Right.
Irish accent. I don't know why. It would have been fun to give him
Well,
the Irish accent.
it's because he had lost it over the years, like from being in America for so long. That's why he's confused he doesn't have it,
I
because it
get it.
doesn't come naturally to him anymore.
That would make sense. That's clever. Uh, I didn't understand this. Wesley says, by the amount of facial hair I have, I must have been unconscious for a month. That looked like it was like 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah, but remember when we first met Wesley? He was such a little puss, and so
I
like
guess for like a high school or college person, that would be maybe like a
that's what I'm
month of growing it.
saying. Exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
maybe
the
you're right.
difference.
But I was like, what? This is like 4 days. What are you talking about? But they do some karate. That was funny. Fred doing the karate, and
Oh, it
Wesley
was Wesley.
does well.
Yeah,
Fred does it too. I think she like tries to copy him,
right.
and his little arm thing comes out,
We used
and
that as a boner a few times in the episode.
we do that when with I forgot what Fred says. I wrote it down. I think at some point.
She says something about her naked body.
Oh
That
yeah, the
comes out.
aliens probing her and stuff.
And
Yeah,
then later on in the episode, she touches his arm and it shoots out.
classic. That's a
Yeah.
Toy Story bit. Jesse touches Buzz and his wings
Hey,
pop out.
well, Joss Whedon wrote Toy Story, all right? So it's his bit.
It's actually a Toy Story 2 bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
no. But back to Connor. He saves a girl, and she's like, "You didn't like her very much, I guess." She's like, "I'll return the favor," and he doesn't really understand. He says, "Why do
No,
I need $50?"
yeah, this is the hooker. He saves her and she says, like, let me pay you back. But she still asks him for money.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. Like, you're either paying me back, or this is a normal interaction.
yeah, stop trying to make a sale here.
Yeah, that was not cool by her.
Listen, either give me a little BJ or fuck off. All right.
Yeah, there we go. We go to the hotel. Oh, Lorne. We find Lorne and we like tape him up. We're like, what the fuck's this green guy with horns? What the fuck?
Right.
And Fred keeps going on about weed, scoring some weed.
Yeah, young Fred, apparently quite the stoner.
That was hilarious. Would not have thought that. But I guess when you're trying to get such high grades, you gotta focus. Maybe smoke some weed. I don't know. Was she like, you guys have some Adderall or anything? Wesley.
That
Oh,
would be
we
hilarious.
the plan. The thing. Wesley thinks that they have to kill the vampire. He's like, there's this lore in Watcher lore where I don't know if he brought this whole thing up, but like when a Slayer becomes of age, they get locked in a room with a vampire and have to
This
kill the
is
vampire.
exactly what he's referencing. He's talking about the Cruciamentum, which was,
Yeah,
of course,
helpless.
the test back in season
One
three,
of the best
episode 12
episodes.
of Buffy. Helpless, a great episode. Yeah.
And then what? He like drank it or what or something. It was like a
Drank
funny
what?
ending. He like
Oh, yeah. Buffy tricks him into
holy
taking
water.
his pills with holy water.
Very funny. That's the only time that's happened too, so it makes it even better.
Yeah.
And yeah, he says that. So he's like, this must be that. We're here with the vampire. We have to go find the vampire. So
Mhm.
we all split up. Fred, she says Slayer the band. She's such a stoner. She is like talking about Slayer the band.
That
Uh,
Slayer the band has been referenced once before on
no way.
Buffy. Can you remember the character that referenced them?
Oz.
No.
No, I have no
It's
idea.
it's a deep cut. Back in season 4, Forrest.
Forrest, my favorite.
Yeah.
He won all my LVPs.
You love giving your LVPs to the one black character on the show.
Knew you were gonna say that.
Well, I only said it because it's completely accurate.
That's why I knew you were gonna say it. Yeah, you called me out on my shit.
Yeah.
Angel, we're like, oh, Angel, look at Fred. She's all neck. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Eat her.
weird part here where we make it seem like Cordelia doesn't have breast implants. Oh, that was interesting. We're like, oh, I really filled out since high school.
Does she have breast implants?
Look, look at them. I feel like
I'm
yeah,
not
totally.
great at knowing breast
Oh,
implants.
I've been great at that since I was like 11 years old.
Okay, great for
I've
you.
yeah, I have like breast implant dar. You know how people have gaydar? I
Yeah.
have breast implant dar. Um, yeah, she totally does.
I have
But
hair plug dar.
really,
Yeah, I always
I've
know
never
when
noticed
dudes
that. I
have
feel like
hair
that's not
plugs.
so common. Is that common?
Oh, it's more
And I just
common than
don't
you
pick up on
think.
it.
Yep, yep.
Now they get hair transplants.
Yeah, I
Is that
could tell
different?
that too. Fucking oh my god, I just realized something.
What? And then you forgot it immediately.
I saw the owner of my shop yesterday,
Yeah.
and I complimented his hair because it was really short. He had like buzzed it. But I just realized someone told me he had gone to get a hair transplant. And so it was just the hair growing back in. I hope he didn't take offense to that.
He either really appreciated it or he thought you were like ripping on him.
Yeah, totally.
That's pretty hilarious. Um, damn hair transplants. What are you gonna do when you go bald? Are you gonna shave it?
I am bald. Are you kidding me? I have a bald spot.
Oh, oh. But like when it's like noticeable to like look at you head on, you just shave it.
Yeah, yeah. I've always every so often I get frustrated with my bald spot and I think about shaving my head. But
Mhm.
it still looks good, like up front. Like
I can't see it.
yeah, I know. It's all the way in the back. I'm covering it right now with my headphones.
Great job. Yeah.
I remember when I was in the mental institution, this girl came up to me and she was flirting with me pretty hard. And she goes, if not for your bald spot,
Oh man,
you'd be perfect.
not cool.
And I was like, God, what a way to like boost my ego and deflate it at the same time.
Yeah. Holy shit. You're
Yeah.
very handsome, but take
If
care of
not,
that shit.
if not for that
For that
one
thing wrong with you,
massive flaw, you'd be perfect.
it's not a flaw. It happens to everybody.
I knew, and I knew I was gonna have it from a young age. My grandfather, it comes from your maternal grandfather, so my mom's dad.
Oh, he has great hair.
He was
Hell
bald.
yeah.
Oh well, good for you, man. You're in the clear.
Yo,
My
I didn't
mom,
know that.
my mom's dad was bald as fuck, and my dad was too. Like my dad, not like bald as fuck, but he had like a bald spot from
Yeah.
like back in his 30s. So
I've been worried for a while because my dad has been balding for a long time, and my uncle has the thing where he's bald and has like the hair around.
brutal. You gotta just shave that
He's
hair
always
around.
had that, like since I was like 10, and we always made fun of him for it. And I always kind of felt bad, but It's his choice. Like you do that, you know people are gonna rip on you for it. But
Yeah.
I was worried about that because my uncle had that, but that's my father's brother, so
Mm.
that doesn't have anything to do with that, I guess. So, but anyway, and then they gave Fred a line like "I'm never gonna fill out," and that was pretty sad because that's a line they wrote in the script for her to deliver, like intentionally. That was pretty sad.
Whatever. It's so obvious that the writing staff is horny for Fred. Like
Of course,
they're not.
it's
It's
crazy.
fine. We get a
Yeah,
line in every other episode about how fucking hot Fred is.
yeah, you're right. And she does the alien thing. Maybe they put me on a table and I was naked and they probed me. And
That's when the boner thing
yeah.
happens. Yeah.
I literally put Wesley's arm sword makes a boner. So there's one point where Angel leaves. He tries to leave, and they're like, "Where'd Liam go? What's up with Liam?" And the traffic scares him back inside. He's like, "Oh my god, all the monsters outside, the big shiny monsters."
He
There's
thinks the
no
cars are
cars.
demons, which is exactly what happens when Buffy it goes becomes like a Victorian lady in her Halloween costume back in
Oh yeah,
Halloween. She thinks the cars are demons.
I do remember that. Very
Yeah.
good stuff this week. This is
Hmm.
a great week, and I like this. Wesley says that Gunn is a pugilist. All right.
That's
And
right.
Gunn says, "You better pray I don't look that up." And
I,
when he said that,
I
I had the
like
reaction too. Is this offensive? And I loved that
no,
reaction
it's
from him.
not. He's like a boxer.
I looked it
That's
up.
yeah.
It says
But
a boxer, especially a good one.
it's fun going back to like Street Gun in this
Yeah.
episode. I really like the part where he goes like, uh, you know what it would take for me to work with for people like you. You know what? Not even gonna happen. Like,
I didn't realize how much he had changed until
yeah,
this episode. I was like, "Whoa, he's really good." Fred. I guess maybe Fred's changed him. I don't know. Maybe so. It made me like he's gonna be really sad when him and Fred end. That's gonna be really sad.
yeah. We get that scene early on in the episode where they're just like lying in bed next to each other, and you
But
could
that
like,
I get
go
what you're
ahead.
saying. I was like, oh man, they're not doing so well. But then Lauren, when he started talking about like, remember last episode where Gunn killed that guy? I was like, oh, maybe that's what they're thinking about more than
No,
like.
of course that's what they're thinking about.
At first, I was like, their relationship is just not nothing. But then they had a
No,
reason
no,
to.
this is all a reaction to what happened in Supersymmetry.
Right, right. I had forgotten about that. And we do the cross. We're gonna take turns putting the cross on him. Who can withstand? Is that a word?
Withstand.
Withstand the cross. And Angel does it, and he's like starting to burn, but he's like, "Oh, look over there!" And then he like throws it away or whatever.
The best one though is Fred, who uses it like a TSA like
Oh,
wand.
beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, yeah,
She doesn't beep it, but she like moves it around her legs.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe that was. I thought that seemed like a horny thing too. Like put it all over your body, Fred.
I didn't think that. I think
Oh,
you're a little horny for Fred.
maybe I am. Maybe I am. We find Cordelia. Angel finds Cordelia.
Is
I don't
this when
know.
they go? Then they split up?
I thought they did that earlier. I
Oh,
wrote
they did
Connor
that.
shows up. Where's did he see at the hotel?
Oh, we didn't even talk about the part where Angel jerks off in the bathroom with his vampire face.
Right. He noticed at one point that he can't see his reflection and that his face turns on and off into vampire. So
Yeah.
he's like, that's masturbating, I guess, for Daniel.
I watched the commentary track with Joss Whedon and Alexis Denisoff,
Oh,
and he said that the sound effect they used for the transformation was supposed to mimic masturbation.
who was going to masturbate for that sound effect? Joss? He moaned in that one episode.
That's true. He did moan. I don't know.
What a
I
sicko.
yeah.
I love him for his creativity, but keep it in your pants, Joss.
He has a hard time with that.
Separate your real life from your sexual life.
Hmm.
What I don't know, but all right, well, whatever. There's Cordelia. Connor and Angel fight. I wrote looks awesome. Apparently, that looked awesome.
Yeah, they're in a
So
kitchen.
they are in a kitchen. It was like Jurassic Park a little bit. There was a awesome, cool moment. Connor like fell off the counter, like upside down. He was like, it was a really cool take. But I don't know how they did it.
Mm.
It looked like the actor's really going at it too. Sometimes you can tell it's a stunt double, I couldn't tell that here. They're doing a good job.
Whedon's come on, this is the future director of the Avengers here. He knows what he's doing with action sequences.
It's a great point. And we all stopped fighting. I don't know why, just randomly we stopped fighting.
Oh no, Fred pokes her head in, and it could be because like they figure out the thing, like you put it on your tongue and it reverts you back to normalcy. And
Oh,
so Fred is normal, and so she pops her head in, like, "Stop fighting, please."
and they do. And
Yeah.
we see Cordelia. Like what happened when we gave Cordelia the thing was she saw this red demon, and then she like walked off. I don't know what was going on there. And then Angel like followed her and said, "Are we in love with each other?"
He
And
says we were.
she says, "We were," but she says, "We were." Past tense. What happened?
Well, you don't know.
I don't know. I literally have no idea what's happening anymore. She was about to go tell them they loved each other, and then the show fucked it up.
Listen, that shot of the red demon eyes opening is incredibly significant.
It was pretty scary too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what do we go? 3 stars, 4 stars?
Uh, 5.
All right. That's cool. Who's the MVP?
Um, Wesley.
No, Lila.
No Lila in this episode. True.
I'm gonna go Cordelia.
I would love to see what teenage Lila was like.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. That would have been
Yeah.
really cool. She was just probably really focused on being a lawyer. Probably. I doubt she had much of a personality besides like I want to be a lawyer, like a
Dude,
kick-ass
yeah,
lawyer.
that's what those people are like. They
You have
don't
to.
really develop a personality.
Well, it's like when
until
you're an
they're
athlete,
in
like when you're a
school.
basketball player, you have to do that every day from the moment you're 6 years old if you want to be a great basketball player.
Yeah, I know, but you could also read a book or two, for fuck's sake.
Why?
Athletes are
would
so
you,
stupid.
why would you do that? uh, why read a book when you watch a movie?
Come on.
Where do we rank it? I rank it 15 between birthday and tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
But you gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, I might have it in my top 10. What's my number 10?
Billy.
Yeah, I like more than that. All right. What's not read me up from there.
Sleep tight, forgiving, lullaby.
All right. Forget that. You could put it 10. It's my new 10. It knocks Billy out.
Wow, love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you have a 10 out of 15. So we have 4 comments here from Joshua Merlis. He says, "Why aren't we calling Dan a Buffy buff? I feel like we just left that one on the table. We did already this episode." So he
That's
probably
right.
popped really hard for that.
I preemptively got into that one.
He says, "A week of very funny one-offs. Seems like the actors all got to have fun too." It did seem like that.
Yeah, they talked on the Angel commentary about how they kept breaking, specifically Boreanaz and Alexis Denisov. There's a lot of they had to cut around them laughing a lot.
I love that. I love to see my
Mhm.
boys having fun. He says about Buffy, "Hey, they did a flashback when Xander referenced an earlier episode. That's supposed to be info for people in the know, delivered to us by the D Train."
That's
How
right.
did he said an earlier episode? He didn't even know the title of that episode.
It's Bewitched, Father, and Bewildered.
That was crazy. How did he not know that?
Season
probably
2,
did.
episode 16, for heaven's sake.
I didn't know that. That's nerdy shit right there. But I knew the episode. It was cool to see Joyce too. Angel, call back to that Buffy moment when Willow's spell gave everyone amnesia and everyone woke up in the magic box totally confused.
Yeah, when this episode aired, I remember a lot of fans comparing it to that episode. Like, oh, Angel did a tabula rasa.
I was like, which one is that?
Yeah.
Tabula Rasa. That's a good one. Tabula Rasa.
Great up.
Thank you, Josh.
Joan, the vampire slayer.
Joan? Her name was Joan?
Remember, she like named herself
Right.
Joan.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Josh, pretty contained this week, I thought. Even though it's 4 comments, I feel like they're usually like bricks of text.
I uploaded it. It says 9 hours ago, but it says he commented 11 hours ago. So I don't know how that happened. But I uploaded this like late. It was like midnight last night.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, gang. Is that it? Do you want to know
That's
what's
it.
next week on the
Oh, of
show?
course I do.
All right. 1 second.
I have to write it down.
All right. This is the big week that I love both episodes. All right.
What if I love these
Buffy.
two more?
That'd be all right.
Okay.
I'd be excited for you. All right. Buffy episode 7 is called Conversations with Dead People.
Oh my God. We're going to talk to Jenny Calendar. That'd be fun. Was she the first prominent character to die, really?
Unless you count Jesse. Yeah.
No, I do not count Jesse.
And Angel episode 7.
Ooh, we're back together.
Yeah, they're back together this week. Although then we're gonna follow up this next week with 2 weeks where it's only Buffy,
Oh no.
and that's real Buffy's Angels classic. This is gonna be the last Angel for a few weeks, and this episode is called Apocalypse Nowish.
I love it. They're gonna watch the Apocalypse Now Redux. That's Apocalypse Now-ish.
Remember they watched Apocalypse Now in Restless?
No?
Well, they did. They fell asleep on it.
Well, it's fair. It's a 4-star film. No, just kidding. All right. Great job, Daniel. We're gonna record an episode of Hey, I'm Watching Here now, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
this
check
is
that
late.
out.
This is a day late, but Christmas got.
Oh,
yeah,
it was fuck you, God. You can't complain. It was Christmas this week.
yeah. I forgot. We had Christmas. Hanukkah's still going. We're on day 3 of that, right?
Thank you so much for bringing it up. Yes, happy
That's
Hanukkah.
exciting stuff.
Mhm.
Do you have a favorite day every year? Like, is it the middle? Is it toward the end? Is it the beginning? What do you like the most?
I usually like the first day, but it coincided with Christmas this year, so that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird good, weird bad. Were you annoyed?
I'll tell you what I was more annoyed by. I tried to buy a black and white cookie yesterday, and the guy ahead of me online bought
Online.
all.
I love that.
What?
I love when people say online versus inline.
All
It's just a
right.
choice. I just love that choice.
Well, the guy bought all the black and white cookies that were
What?
left.
That's crazy.
I know.
Can you say, can you buy all except for one so I can get one?
I gotta be honest. I wasn't actually there.
Oh.
I asked a friend to get me a black and white cookie, and he
Damn.
told me this happened.
I hope he's lying. You made that up.
Did
he get you a replacement?
He
Oh my
got
God,
the last
that's
one, ate it himself.
On the way, on the drive.
Yeah.
Did he get you a replacement, or he was just like, they didn't have it, bro?
He got me a Hershey dark chocolate bar.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah, the only good chocolate.
I'd rather have milk chocolate or the white chocolate for the Hershey's bar.
Okay,
The cookies
well,
and cream, that kind. You
it's
ever have
not
that
my
kind of
it's,
Hershey's
it's
bar?
not my fault. You have the taste of a baby.
You don't like that for the Hershey's bar?
It's fine, but dark chocolate's the best.
Ugh. Honestly, I haven't had it since I was a little kid, so I avoid it. But you know what we won't be avoiding? Keeping our TVs hot and talking about
it. Blood is yummy.